Hey, what's up guys? It's Flakfire. The next downloadable content pack for Fallout 4 is Wasteland Workshop, and publisher Bethesda released a trailer Tuesday morning highlighting what's coming in the new expansion. So, did you miss any details you might have? That's the point of this video. I'm going to point out everything that I noticed in the new trailer. In the opening shot of the video, we see a Mirelurk Queen, one of the Wasteland's biggest and baddest enemies. Now, there's nothing terribly remarkable about this enemy except where it's located. If you look around the Mirelurk Queen, it appears to be at the southern border of the Sanctuary Hills settlement. Now, I could be wrong, but if I'm right, that is a major development. This likely means Bethesda revamped some of the settlement attack mechanics to vary enemies. They also did this as part of Automatron when they added Rust Devils. The next couple shots are nothing new until we see the sole survivor sitting with dog meat. In this shot, we're treated to obvious new additions in the tractor trailers and school buses in the background. It appears players will also be able to stack these structures, making for some impressive walls. The following shot features the sole survivor on a dock, but there are literally tons of new items present. They include functional street lamps, new wall options, new stair options, sconce lighting, lanterns, fire pits, and even shop lights. So you can even see that the new street lights require direct power lines instead of drawing power by being in the vicinity of power conduits or pylons. This is a nice addition because it affords you both light and height for power cables. This next shot is set at the Jamaica Plains settlement and showcases the addition of gardening plots. Now, these are welcome additions and will help you not only better organize your crops, but it will also make a huge difference in one of Fallout 4's most ignored settlements, and that is the Boston Airport settlement, which doesn't contain any place where you can plant any actual food sources, so it just became a lot more useful. Not a bad deal for 4 wood and 1 fertilizer resource. In this shot here, we're obviously meant to stare at the decontamination arch, but look at the workshop menu. There are new options for concrete foundations, concrete walls, and even concrete stairs. The introduction of the decontamination arch is interesting. Aside from just being a cool settlement addition, it also appears to have a purpose. As the sole survivor's voiceover says, "To hell with all this radiation." It's likely this new device removes some radiation similar to Radaway. This is made more likely by the fact it requires 2 power resources, which seem a little bit much just to have something look cool. You might have also missed the fusion core reactor next to it in this shot. For just a second in this shot, we can see there is an entire subcategory of concrete structures. Now, I love using concrete in settlements, so this is a welcome addition. The following shots show some more options for concrete foundation, including some curved pieces. This next shot here showcases a variety of concrete walls with wire windows. For this shot, we finally get our first peek at Nixie tube and neon lighting, which appear as their own category. We can also see that conduits can now be placed in window frames, making the running of electrical wires easier for builders. There's a lot of new stuff at the next shot, which is at an unknown location. Among the new additions are the Nixie tubes lit up on the desk to the left. Are we going to be able to make our own clocks? New letters that can be applied to surfaces like stickers, and also new corrugated roofing. The sole survivor also whacks his head on the fan and groans in pain, which is naturally a prelude to the next shot. This next series of shots showcases some new base defenses being added, including gnarly spring-loaded impaling traps and slicing saw blade traps. There's also some multicolored neon lighting with a warm and welcoming message. We then get to see the saw blade trap in action, spinning back and forth, but there are other things to notice in this shot too. Among them are the new string lights we've desired for a long time, and even more neon lighting in a different color. As the trailer's creator continues to build his or her death maze, we get our first look at spike traps. It's interesting to note that the only trap we've seen that requires power is the saw blade trap, meaning you can put others pretty much anywhere. We also get to see a gunner and raider unwittingly fall prey to these new traps, and it looks painful. It appears that the spike trap resets itself, unlike flamethrower and radiation traps, for example, so this is likely going to be a new favorite for base defense. The next section of this trailer focuses on creatures. In the first shot, we can see a variety of creature cages. It's interesting to see how this mechanic works. If you look closely, the cage description reads, "Chance to capture a Mirelurk when powered. Shut off power to release the captured creature." It functions this way on all the cages, and there are quite a few in the trailer. There are cages for Mirelurks, Deathclaws, dogs, and even cats, so my settlements will soon be overrun with cats. Enter at your own risk. But just because you capture these creatures doesn't mean that they're tame. Some of the more aggressive animals, like Mirelurks and Deathclaws, will still likely attack on sight, unless you build what is shown in the game as a beta wave emitter. This emitter is showcased in the trailer and makes sure captured creatures won't attack you or your settlers. Some perks are required to build it, however. You'll need rank 1 of Animal Friend and Wasteland Whisperer. There's another emitter pictured in the menu, but it's not showcased in this trailer. And for the final part of the trailer, at last we see a functional battle arena set up with plenty of spectators. Someone in a suit of armor is about to face a presumably massive creature. He's standing on either a pressure plate or a platform, which either way is a new addition. Also, there's a new lantern type visible in the shot, and again we see a fusion core reactor at the edge of the shot. The next shot reveals the creature in the cage is a Deathclaw. We can also see traffic lights, which are a new addition. In this shot here, we can see a new street light design, new ceiling lights, perhaps a functional table lamp, and yet again another fusion core reactor. There's also some curved railing present, which is new, and that Deathclaw swipes away at the unfortunate human's power armor helmet and reveals it to be Preston Garvey. It appears a Deathclaw needs your help, Preston. I'll mark it on your map. The next few shots showcase some new animal head displays. We're able to see new additions in Mirelurk Hunters, Mirelurk Kings, Deathclaws, Bloatflies, and Stingwings, among others. There's also a new open-air type concrete roof visible. And lastly, the trailer features some new lighting options. We can see neon open signs, traffic lights, and blinking colored light bulbs. It appears Wasteland Workshop will not only give us more lights to play with, but also the ability to control them, so that is exciting as well. Wasteland Workshop will be available to the public on April 12th and is included with the Season Pass. To purchase the DLC separately, it runs just a reasonable $5. If you want to view the entire Wasteland Workshop trailer uninterrupted, I'll put a link to it in the video description below. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.